Welcome to I Love the Library. I'm Danelle Haspel and I'm the reference librarian here at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. Well, March is National Women's History Month, and it has been since 1987. And I'm going to let you know how that all evolved. President Jimmy Carter designated March 2nd through the 8th, 1980 as Women's History Week. And when he was at that ceremony, he gave a speech, and I'm going to read a little bit of that to you. From the first settlers who came to our shores, from the first American Indian families who befriended them, men and women have worked together to build this nation. Too often, the women were unsung, and sometimes their contributions went unnoticed. But the achievements, leadership, courage, strength, and love of the women who built America was as vital as that of the men whose names we know so well. So after President Carter designated that week in March 1980, states started declaring March Women's History Month. And when there were 14 states, they took it before Congress, and Congress voted to have March as National Women's History Month. And that was, the first one was in 1987. So that's how that evolved. So I decided to go to the shelves and grab whatever I could find, anything to do with women's history. So I started on more of a worldwide level, and this one is Elizabeth of York, A Tudor Queen in Her World by Allison Weir. And this you can tell is a new book by the orange tape on the spine. Elizabeth of York was actually King Henry VIII's mother. Then I went and I grabbed more American history. This one is Sojourner Truth's Step, Stomp, Stride by Andrea Davis Pickney and Brian Pickney. And this is a children's book. We do have things at every reading level. This one is An Apple for Harriet Tubman by Glenette Tilly Turner, and this one is also a children's book. This one is a junior, so we've got to step up in difficulty. This one is Sojourner Truth, Anti-Slavery Activist by Peter Crass. Then I went to the suffragette movement, and this is Sisters, The Lives of America's Suffragists by Jean H. Baker. And this one has Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Alice Paul, all of the major suffragists. This one is Elizabeth Cady Stanton, An American Life by Lori D. Ginsburg. So that's more on a national level. Then I also found one that was strictly for Minnesota. This one is Oh Clouds Unfold, Clara Euland and Her Family by Brenda Euland, and Brenda Euland is her daughter. So this is an American, or a Minnesota suffragist. Then I went something a little bit more contemporary. This one is Mom and Me and Mom by Maya Angelou. So if you're interested in any topic of women's history, especially during the month of March, come on into the library and we'll see what we can find for you. Hope to see you at the library.